Hey y'all, what's up? You are now in tune to TNS Bosses Inc. YouTube channel. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this page. It is off the chain.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another TNS Bosses Inc. And we're back with another video. As you can see, we got company with us, a lot of company with us, and it's only right that we go with Queen of the Money team. Coco, say what's up to the people.
Oh, what's up, people? I am back in full effect with my boys, with my brothers. I love it.
And like always, we got young Resse with the Samsung watch on. You know, you always connected out here.
Connected.
Say what's up to the people around Resse.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all coming, man. TNS Bosses Inc. Thank you once again, man. We're ready to do this thing, man. I hope y'all listening. All right.
Well, all right. And we got the one and only the boss, aka Smooth Walker, aka the real deal. Boss, say what's up to the people, boss.
Good evening, guys. Welcome to the channel. As you can see, the channel's been picking up. A lot of views, a lot of comments. And we try to get as much response as we can. We can't get to everybody, but we're gonna do what it do. But welcome to the channel. Good evening, guys. Queen of the Money team, Resse, boss. Hope all is well. Let's get to it.
Boss, you gotta start calling me boss because I think they don't like that. It's all good though.
Somebody will. Somebody will when the price go up, when it flip.
But like I say, number one, like I say, shout out to all the people who leave me comments, people who listening, who liking, subscribing, because really appreciate it. We can't do it alone. We're not perfect on this thing. We just like you guys. We trying to make a difference in our lives, and we really appreciate y'all. And y'all somebody, keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing, and it's hard out here. And we just trying to get information the best of our ability to help you guys, further, generational wealth, possibility, and just further whatever you trying to do in life, live your dreams. And this is what we trying to do here on TNS Bosses Inc. And give you great information like that to help you guys out. And that's all we're here to do, man. We can't do it alone. We appreciate you guys, and just keep going. But let's get into the video. So we have here, guys, is this XRP community talk about Senator Lumen. Digital Asset Investor puts out a video saying, warning, I think it's time for Senator Lumen and Glenberg to get specific about which digital asset they view as a security, preparing the uncomfortable meeting with multiple coin. Senator Lumen to a top donator. We need to know exactly where she stands on XRP. And I'm gonna play a little bit of this video to let y'all see what's going on, because some people is new to the space that they don't know about the Ethereum gate or what's going on with Ethereum and how they trying to destroy was trying to destroy XRP. But to check this out, what these people were saying about XRP.
But based on the most recent statement where the SEC talked about Ethereum not being a security, they mostly pointed out that the Ethereum network was decentralized enough that you could no longer claim that when someone was purchasing Ethereum, that they were doing so with the expectation that there was a specific group that would be working to advance the Ethereum network and increase its price.
And you think in the case of XRP, the fact that they have a relationship with Ripple or Ripple Labs that is the problem?
Yes. So when you look at the Howey test, there's 4 prongs to it, right? There's needs to be pooled capital, so you need to raise some money. Ripple does this through their sales. They sold $150 million a quarter of XRP tokens out of their treasury. So they are raising money from the general public. Second, it needs to be for a common enterprise, right? So Ripple Inc. provides that enterprise because Ripple Inc. is solely and predominantly responsible for marketing the Ripple products that use XRP and give the XRP token any value. Without Ripple Inc., the XRP token is worthless, absolutely worthless.
Wrong.
Based on kind of the SEC's guidance from a couple weeks ago about Ether being not being a security, it's quite clear to us that Ripple is a security. We don't know when that news is going to drop, but the catalysts seem to have kind of gone away from Ripple, and we have very high conviction that it is a security. And so, as kind of the system plays out over time, we think that short will.
This is the dude. My multi-coin is better than against Ripple. This is the guy from multi-coin.
Deliver idiosyncratic returns.
So the security label is kind of a designation that kind of dooms these cryptocurrency. I think it's kind of a fatal designation.
So the challenge with being labeled security in the space formally is that not a single exchange in the world today that trades crypto is a SEC registered exchange.
I'm gonna leave that right there. I just wanted you guys to see that. All of them was betting against Ripple, betting against XRP, like they knew something was going on. So if we move on right here, is that this is her right here talking about same thing.
And that's why we chose the existing regulatory framework and just to lay digital assets on top of it, because we know that the SEC has a very strong record in consumer protection and disclosure. And so if some of these assets are determined to be securities, as I think most of them will be determined to be securities, we know that there's a regulator that already has a firm handle and a mature staff in making determinations and requirements with regard to consumer protection and disclosure.
So you would agree with Chairman Gensler that most of them probably are securities, and I take it your legislation isn't meant to change that.
No, it's just that people didn't read it properly. We just said that there are commodities, and Bitcoin is one of them, and Ether and a few others probably are as well, but that there's a test. It's called the Howey test. It's worked, and we updated it to actually work in the framework of digital assets. And if there's 15,000 cryptocurrencies, that means 14,900 and something are securities. So that's a lot of work for the SEC to do.
And that.
So, as you can see, like I said, showing you guys they've been setting up from the beginning with XRP. Not Ripple, XRP. But they knew what was going on. Well, I'll let the boss explain to you. As you can see, this is her right here for her election. And next election is 2026. And if you scroll over, you see the donors, and you see that dude who'll talk about Ripple Multicoin had donated over $26,000 to her campaign, and Andrea Hordritz had donated over $11,000 to her campaign. And like John Deaton saying that it's kind of like they had an agenda for the beginning to get rid of XRP from the beginning, because all of them being backed by all the Ethereum people. So I'm gonna let the boss go ahead and speak on it a little bit. What you think about that, boss?
I mean, I think it's ridiculous, right? We talking about a Howey test. It's 70 years old. We can't use what they used back then for now. Like, it's like having a 2022 car, but you're trying to get parts for it from 1940. It's not gonna work. It just don't make sense. And a man coming on TV and doing an interview, and he talking reckless amount, talking about Ripple raised money. No, they ain't raised money. Ethereum conduct an ICO, and we have the facts to prove it. Ripple have private investors. See what I'm saying? So with him coming on, the interview and talking, I don't understand how these people sleep at night, dude, because how you just lying like this, dude? And it's just crazy. And as far as like the Loomis lady, I was a fan of her. You know what I'm saying? Because, she was like crypto friendly, and I think she represented the state of Wyoming, and a lot of state like Kraken and Ripple, I think they registered there. But for you to come and said, with your partner saying Bitcoin's a commodity and Ether is too, like, what proof do you have that they're commodities? You see what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. But like they always say, don't watch what they say. watch what they do. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're not going to let them distract us from this, blessing. So that's crazy.
Yeah. Coco.
It's, listening to them look at the public and lie with a straight face. It's funny. You have to laugh at this. Ripple does not make its profit solely off of retail purchasing. They are partnered across the world. They just don't have the clarity here in the United States. But it's called a bridge currency for a reason. Okay. And when you really do your homework on XRP, and you do your homework on Ripple, they have businesses they opened up even here in Wynwood. They in San Francisco, they in Canada. It's a reason why they were able to continue to hire while everybody else was laying off.
Yeah.
And when you listen to these people and you don't do your homework, you would not know that. Because if you just basing your education solely off the naysayers or the opponents or the ops, whatever you want to call them, you're going to be like, well, this is not something I want to invest in. And the price within itself will make you feel like, nah, when the price is low, you're supposed to buy a lot. When the price is high, then guess what? You out of gas. So people probably looking at XRP and saying to themselves, this can't possibly be what people are saying is going to be the change of the new financial system, but it is. And once this lawsuit is done, it's going to be some new millionaires. So don't listen to those people because they just trying to deter you away from being a millionaire.
Resse.
The good book say the first gonna be last and the last shall be first. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying because like Coco was saying, everybody gets distracted of this price and saying that XRP is not going to be something huge. Can't look at that. You know what I mean? It's just how many times, man, TNS bosses ain't got to tell you. We're gonna have to tell you till we turn blue. Hold our breath. But you know what I mean? It's just it's something that you guys just have to do your research. If your research is just watching videos and just listening to what everybody's saying, you ain't gonna go nowhere. Just like when you're in school, you can't just listen to what the teacher's saying. You got to crack that book open and you have to read everything because the teacher's only going to give you a certain amount of a synopsis of what's going on. I remember one time I had a teacher. I took a chemistry class, I think, and I asked the lady, I said, "What is the important stuff in the book for me to study for this midterm?" The lady looked at me and said, "The professor said the whole book is important. Yeah. So you got to do your research. Come on, man." That's it.
And I gotta say too, boss, like, the rich, these people, these big conglomerates, right? They go to Washington and they lobby everybody, right? You can see Multicoin and other investors, they'll shoot them 16 here, 11 here, 20 here, 50 here, just so they can write laws that's going to benefit them. So what I'm trying to say is, everybody got a job to do. The hater got, a job to do, and that's to hate on you, and that's just to distract you, right? So all I'm saying is, let's not let them distract us, and let's put ourselves in a position when we do become millionaires, maybe we can go and say, you know what? Like I said, I don't like this light being red for 50 seconds. I want to, thirst. Now you can make change because you got money. You can't make change without no money. So what I'm trying to say, everybody got a job to do, and they got a job to do. So we can't really hate on them, man. All we got to do is stay focused and determined, and we're going to get it.
Okay. But let's get into what these people are saying about the SEC, man. And let's go to Tom Emmer, guys. Tom Emmer, a new investigation into Gary Gensler reign at the SEC found that peak staff occupancy across all the SEC building this year have averaged a more 7%. Why are the taxpayers funding hundreds of millions of dollars of SEC office space when no one's showing up to work? Then Tom Emmer says the investigation also revealed that Gary Gensler, the structured leadership, has targeted a mass exodus of staff. Experience over 20% of senior officers, attorneys, and attorneys are leaving the SEC. The American public deserves an SEC led by experts, not nonsense. So Charles Gasparino breaking, expecting Gary Gensler report on Gary Gensler. Censor SEC governor confirms the report have done at Fox Business that uncovered significant turnover in the senior ranking of the commissioner. Story developing. This is what going on in the SEC, guys. Then Jamie Hogan said in another one, a nonprofit organization is filling out an amicus brief attacking the SEC adjudication over digital assets and, I'm quoting, among other things, the recent U.S. Supreme Court case limiting EPA authority. These amicus are already hitting the SEC from all angles. So, what y'all think about them living? All these people living in the SEC. I'll go with the boss first.
I mean, it's only right? Like, not everybody's going to be aligned with the corruption. You see what I'm saying? A lot of time, man, people want to do their job and just go home. And from what we've been seeing and all the facts, not everybody's been on board with the bull crap, right? Like with the thing that Jay Clayton, Bill Hemming, and Gary Gensler are doing. So a lot of time, people gonna leave. And the sad part about it is, like I said, the light bill, the water bill, the overhead, and all that stuff that's been going on, all the lawsuit that they go after people. We're the one, paying for it. Our tax, our taxes are paying for that stuff. And that's kind of crazy. And one thing that you can't do, you can't replace experience, man. And for somebody to have 14, 15, 16, 20 years experience to go and replace that person with somebody new, it's kind of crazy, But me in that position, I would have left too, because I just want to do what I do, man, and just go home. I don't want to be affiliated with none of that corruption I got going on, man. So it's only right, and I don't blame them.
What you think, Reese, people leaving like that from the SEC?
It happens every single day from lower government to higher government. So it's something that we see and everybody see every day, but a lot of people turn the blind eye, turn the eye and don't see it. So I mean, it's just something that needs to be changed. When this whole crypto world or network economy explodes in a couple more months, I'm telling you, it's going to bring some change. Just like T said, we can have money and say, I don't like how that light is sitting too long, so we're going to change it. So we're going to actually have a voice, because why? We have the funds to do that. Not financial advisors, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. What you think, Go?
And I agree with it, what you guys are saying, because when you look at it, why are everybody jumping ship? Because the ship is sinking. That's a sink ship over there. They're gonna have to come up with a whole different framework of who's over the crypto, and that person's gonna need an overseer. It's gonna fall within a chain of command, in order to really get things right. You're gonna see a whole restructuring of the blockchain within itself. See, we're in it at the beginning stages. Like we're a part of the whole birth of this thing. By the time it really gets, up and running properly and fairly for everyone. And with that being said, you're seeing all these people with experience jumping ship because they don't want to be a part of it. They don't want the corruption. Now, will it come back on them? They probably trying to take off and run while they still can, while they have their freedom. Because it's going to be some heads roll after this case is done, and no matter how far they run, some of them ain't gonna be able to outrun what's coming. So with that being said, we have a front row seat, and we're a small population of everybody that's really invested in crypto. Believe it or not, crypto is not a huge space right now. So by the time it becomes popular and everybody want to join, there's gonna be a lot of more changes, ahead of us. That's what I feel about it.
But boss, let me tell you something. Didn't you say that former people for the SEC is suing the SEC?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like the new amicus brief that came out with ICANN. Like if you look at the board of directors, they're like former SEC employees. It's just like with Ripple, Mary Jo White. She was a chairman that came from SEC. All them lawyers that they have, most of them came from the SEC. And, it's not only those people that's leaving too. Everybody that helped Bill Hemming draft the speech, they left.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's I don't know, man. It's just falling apart for them, man. So I don't know what they're going to do.
But like I say, guys, y'all got to understand stuff is hit the fan. You don't know what's in the emails. Like I said, you probably never see them emails. and we don't know what's in these emails. And these people who's probably leaving, probably trying to get their stuff together before this thing go down the pipeline, and they're gonna get in trouble. You see, now this is what's going on. Y'all gotta understand, especially if you're new to this community, you new to what's going on, and you see Ripple being sued. Look, guys, if everybody leaving, something is wrong. If you trying to go to the club and you see everybody run down the club and you hear the fire alarm, don't go to the club because you might get burned up. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on now. People trying to get out, man. You know, and they know they are wrong. When you guilty, you start running. But when you running, guess what? You even look more guilty. Hello. God dog it. Anyway, I just had to put my little 2 cents in right quick. So check this out, guys. The government knows exactly who the force Satoshi is, and they know exactly who the disguise wears whales in the ether, you know, the ETH thing. The question is, why do they want you to know? Why do they not want you to know who they are? So check it out. Listen to what he said.
Intriguingly, with Bitcoin, you can trace these transactions if you're sufficiently sophisticated. Want evidence of that? Really easy. Have a look at the indictment that Mueller's office issued against the 12 Russian hackers on July 13th, 2018. If you read that indictment, there's very specific information there about how the Russians paid for servers and for other aspects of their hacking activity with Bitcoin. Now, how is it that Mueller's office would know that certain servers and other services were paid for with Bitcoin? Simple answer. They're able to read the blockchain. They can follow the transactions from one wallet, which has a public number, to another wallet that has another public number, and using other sources, they're able to figure out who's behind the wallet, and they're able to figure out the names of the people behind the wallet. Simple story. If the Russian hackers can't hide their identity from Mueller's office, neither can you. So, Bitcoin is not really anonymous vis-a-vis the ability of sophisticated parties to read and to analyze the blockchain.
Yeah, check this out as well. XRP, we trust. This is what was going on, guys. They did like a, what do you call that thing, boss? I guess like a pre-run or something you call it, that they discussing just in case they get hit or they get, you have an economic problem or whatever happens. But this is them discussing just in case something like that would happen with China.
We have been leapfrogged by others, by digital currency, by digital Chinese currency. Why? Because, frankly, our central bank has been slow. And there's an appointment coming in January of 22. The president's got to decide whether to change over who's leading the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve runs our payment system. And I think we need to move that Federal Reserve into the modern era.
What about in 5 minutes if we hear that the world is trading oil in this digital yuan? What does that do to our economy? I think we really have to ask some of these questions so we don't have to wait 3 or 4 days for you to call a meeting every time something important happens. Thank you.
Here is the way that I'm going to summarize what I will read out to the president. Per the Secretary of State's recommendation that there will be a POTUS call to President Xi. We're going to talk about new avenues for cooperation. We need a strategy to, one, modernize our SWIFT system. I think the word was harden from cyber attack, from the North Koreans in particular. But we need to develop and present options to the president for a U.S. equivalent of a digital currency, either a private-public partnership or, if the Treasury is able to do it with the Fed, something that would be a public-only option. We need a strategy to resuscitate U.S. financial prowess, I think is the way you put it, Madam Vice President, and examine this idea of secondary sanctions and whether in the overuse of them, we've actually undermined our ability to use them down the road.
Breaking news out of Brussels this evening. A cyber attack on SWIFT, the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, has resulted in the theft of $3 billion from commercial banks based in Germany, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE.
So, let me touch on that a little bit. So they doing these simulations just in case, the Swift network get hacked, and they saying they need to tokenize. They need to tokenize assets because what's possibility Russia hacking and somebody hacking in. So basically, what it is, they know who the Satoshi is. They knew what was going to happen. You see, and now, like I said, they trying to tokenizing everything. So we got to understand, guys, y'all have to understand is this right here, is that they've been knew this. I believe they been knew this. They was going to do this, man. But like I say, and they know who the Satoshi is already. You know what I'm saying? So like now you have these crypto. They sitting down talking about it. Gary Gensler was in that before he came to SEC chairman. That's when he wasn't, and they sat down at a table discussing. In this case, it's a cyber attack and with oil and everything. And what we have a problem with now, Russia with oil. You see what I'm saying? They cut Russia off the SWIFT network. You see, so this is what's been going on. It was telling you earlier what was going to happen, but we don't know. We think it's a simulation or something like that. They're discussing, but this is what they was doing, guys. They was already deciding your life, what was going to happen right in front of you, and guess what? Nobody didn't even really pay attention to it. Nope. And it's probably was on YouTube, and they probably went live. And only probably had 30 people looking at that thing. You see, but at the same time, you'll go to these other challenges and have billions of views. And oh my God, whatever. What you think about that, young Resse?
I've always said that. How can these big corporations, these industries, invest their money in something that they don't know who it is? But then they talking about they have to know who's the CEO of Ripple. They have to know who's the CEO of this and this and this, but we do not know who Satoshi is. And this is supposed to be a blockchain, which is public. Everything is a blockchain. No matter if it's a blockchain or a hash graph or whatever it may be, it's public. You can see everything. I can see boss's information. I see everyone's information on there when I transfer money. Just like if I do a Zelle or whatever right now, it's going to see my bank transaction. So that didn't make any sense. And then they said that, it kills me when a lot of people say I had to roll up sleeves. Hey, but what kills me when they say, the old stock market is they trust it. But you turn around and see it uses the SWIFT network when the lady just said it stole $3 billion. But you don't trust the crypto market? Come on, it's very volatile. You're doing it because it's and it's brainwashed. Man, wake up, smell the coffee, man. Folgers, tighten up. Like come on, like Coco said, man, they stop you from being millionaires and billionaires. Why would someone want you to be a millionaire? Why? Because you're not gonna be working for them no more. So come on, you can be working for yourself. Just golly, man, it sickens me. It's crazy, man.
Coco, what you think?
Listen, let me tell you what we was all watching while all this was going on. The government was shut down in 2020, and everybody know why. They had released that COVID. So that's when everything came in. Honestly, I believe that was part of the reset right there in 2020. Now we're in 2022. You know what we saw all year long? Kanye with his antics. We were so busy watching Will slap that boy with his antics. We was paying attention to so much of false media, false narrative, that they was pulling the rug up under our feet while we were standing on it. And that's what they're going to continue to do because people don't read. They don't do their homework, And why is it that right now banks are packing their stash with gold? XRP is going to be backed on gold. All right. You ain't going to be able to load a plane full of gold and fly it over. It's going to be too heavy. So they're going to back that digital asset on gold. But how many people know that? Not a lot of people know that. So again, and they're doing more things that we're not paying attention to because a lot of us are in the matrix. We're working still. God bless the ones that has that freedom because that's what it's going to be about. They don't want you to be free. They want you to forever be a slave, but you have to wake up. You got to make time. You got to read and you got to research and you got to see what's going on Right now, an ounce of gold costs a little more than 1,600. People can be stacking they banks with not only digital assets, with gold as well, because that price is gonna go up. So we have to wake up. And I agree with both of you guys with what y'all saying. They put on all these tactics, distractions, and they have us looking left while they doing something on the right. So hey, your head got to be on a swivel nowadays, because you don't know what's the next plague, you don't know what's the next distraction. But just know, if another one comes up, something big is happening on the other end.
Boss.
All I'm saying is, man, these folks, man, they hanging around with the brightest minds, right? BlackRock is not going to put two to 400 million and thinking that they're not going to recoup it or even double it or triple it, right? You know what I'm saying? Before they even do anything, they got to vet the company. Who's the CEO? Who's the CFO? The CTO? How the books looking? Is it a profitable company, or are they losing money? Like, they go through all that stuff. The same thing that we do when we go to Coinbase or Binance, we go to something called KYC, right? You got to put your address. If your license don't match your name, and you know what I'm saying, it's all a problem. You got to go through all that, put your social and all that stuff just so you can buy some crypto. So you think these people are putting all that money into the space, not knowing what they're getting themselves into? Like the guy just said, just follow money. If you want to know who Satoshi is, follow the money. Everybody coming out saying they Satoshi. Craig Wright came out saying he's Satoshi. Dan Payne is saying Putin is Satoshi. But the guy saying that it's they. It's not a he or she, it's they. It's more than one people. If you want to know who he is or who she is or who they is, follow the money. But not everybody is paying attention to that. They watching the Grammys. They watching things that don't even concern them. That's what they paying attention to. The David Copperfield, man. That's what I call it. Follow the money, guys.
But at the same time, y'all get ready to go see Black Adam and spend $23 on a movie ticket and go buy the popcorn and spend $23 on the popcorn, and then you with some gas to get there.
Put the butter on the popcorn,
and you got to put the butter on there, and then you get the law. Then you with your girl or your boyfriend, and then guess what? You spend about more money like that. So overall, the date you spend $100. But at the same time, you scared to put $100 in XRP? Man, get out of here, man. Let's go, man. And you ain't getting that $100 back. Ooh wee. Okay.
That's the Rock, though. That's the Rock.
Rock getting that. What he eating right now. You know what I'm saying? But check this out, man. What y'all think about this?
But I want this guy right here, Ryan Sean Adams. I don't know who the F you are, because you're not important. But here he says, please, dear Lord, and any lawmakers or adults reading this tweet, just know BitBoy doesn't represent us either. Talk to Jay Stravinsky. Talk to Miller CWL. Talk to Coin Center. You know what? We are tired of people that look like this guy trying to run stuff. I don't represent the people. The fuck I don't. I'm the one who does. It's me. I'm the one out here putting the work in behind the scenes, trying to save crypto, while these devils, Sam Bankman-Fried, Brian Armstrong, they're trying to permanently ruin it. This is not about money for me. I hope you guys understand this. I am here fighting for you. This guy with these freaking glasses on, this douchebag, is out here trying to tell you that only the suits know what to do. Only the suits. Only the people who have all the money. They're the ones who can determine what happens. No, our bill is for the people. And you're going to find this out. We've got the funding for it, and it's coming out.
So,
he hyped. He mad.
Young Reese, you all right over there? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he's big mad, though. He's big mad. I'm sorry.
He big mad, ain't it?
Woo. You all right, Reese? You know it's almost Halloween. Ain't want no spider to crawl on your head. That thing shining over there. Huh?
Hey, listen. Go ahead. Go ahead. Dude.
I mean, anybody y'all gotta say something, man. Whoever want to say something first, man.
Man, listen, man. That man was big mad. I understand. Yeah, people gonna talk. They talk, but listen, if you know what you're doing and you know what you're representing, okay, yes, big boy. I mean, Bit Boy, whatever his name is. yes, he's well known, but you don't have to get all in your feelings like that, man. Okay, it's a way how you do things. There's many ways to skin a cat. All right. If somebody, like prime example, you were saying somebody comment this, comment that, but we don't look at that. They trying to distract you off the main prize. Come on, man. You just can run your race and you'll be fine. I can't look at your race. I can't look at somebody. I can't look at Coco. I can't look at T's race. I got to run my own race. And when I get proficient enough, I'm good. Hussein Bolt, he said he trained for 4 years just to run 9 seconds. Come on, he ain't look on nobody else. He kept going and going and going. So I understand his frustration and everything like that. And he's right. Yes, the suits are not the only people that can definitely plan and do this and do that. But I'm telling you, it's no need for that, man. You're making yourself like a fool. It look like two fools arguing, man.
Yeah. What you think, man? I'll let the boss go last.
And he just spit your facts, stand on your truth, do your homework, and present it. Period. Let me tell you something. When you become emotional, you can't think logic. You can't put the fact out there. I'm pretty sure he had, way more to say, but he just got so emotional that the message, I couldn't get the message. But I know he said something about fighting for us. And save that energy, do the homework, spit the facts. Facts will look 1 + 1 will always equal 2. And that's fact. Yeah. So and that's how I feel about that.
I mean, I feel like these guys got an agenda the same way they creating that distraction and that division amongst us, like Black fighting Hispanics, Hispanic fighting this other race. It's just crazy, right? Instead of us coming together and fighting a good fight, right? It's the same thing they trying to come on YouTube and create that same division, man. Bitboard going against digital asset, he going against Bearable Bull. Instead of us coming together, doing the research, stating the facts, and then presenting it out to the world and let the world digest it, they coming out and creating that division. But full disclosure, man, I don't care, dude. Like, I don't care what nobody has to say. I'm just here to get the money, man. I got my eyes on the prize. Clearly, I can see what you're doing, sir, and it's not going to get to me, okay? Just like Coco said, man, if you're emotional, you can't, think rational or say anything that's logical, dude. So just keep your composure, man. Just chill. That's what they do. So they've been doing that. We all know it's not our own kind that rob us. It's the people with the boys in suits, So we know that. Let's just let bygones be bygones and move on and keep our eyes on the prize, man. And it's coming to a theater near you real soon.
Teenage Bosses Inc.
Well, that was what it is. And guys, like I say, man, these people, man, like that's Big Boy, man. Like he was like I say, I remember he wasn't even, like I said, we told you before, he wasn't even in XRP, until obviously he just got on, boss. And and he was calling himself the XRP head army and all that other stuff. Look, I don't care what you could be the king of the world. He ain't disrupting my bag. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, I agree with you guys. Say you gotta keep it composed and everything. But guys, tell me what y'all think about that in the comments. Since tell y'all what y'all think about that. But I'm gonna end this video right here. Thanks again, like and subscribe. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. TNS Bosses Inc. We out of here. Peace out.
All right, thank you for watching TNS Bosses Inc. If you like the content displayed, don't forget to tap that like and subscribe button ASAP.